Hello. What is up? I'm so excited to keep playing this game. It was all I could think about today. Um, I was just like waiting for work to be done, and it finally is. So we're gonna see what the fuck is going on in this game. So hello, Jut. Thanks, and Han. Thank you for everybody's taxes of soft pretzels. What's up, Krita? Hello, Pixie. You could always start streaming early. I know, but I need. So today I got out of work at 6. And for me to just turn right around and start streaming, like right after work or like at 6:30, I just want to have a minute to like eat something and like not be sitting at my desk for a second. So that's the main reason why I haven't been streaming earlier when I work. I don't know. I just work here. I forgot to close my snack. So you're gonna hear some crinkling noises while I try to put a little thingy on this. Everyone will live. Your ears will be fine. I have been good. How are you guys doing today? I had my interview. I don't know how it went. Like, I have no idea if it was good, if it was bad. The main thing it was a resume writer position. And I haven't done that before, but like I know how to like use Word and like whatever. And they were talking about like transferable skills, and she was like, you have a person who has done like a hotel front desk work and they're looking to do this other job. I just like rattled off a bunch of stuff and she seemed very impressed by that, so that was good. But everything else I was just like nervous about. I feel like it also ran a little bit late. It ran like 15-20 minutes after the allotted time, but I don't know if that's because I was rambling a lot or if because she talked a lot too and was like telling me stories and stuff and explaining a lot of things. So I don't know if that is like a big negative, especially because I know people who are interviewing people, they have like a schedule, and I don't know if I made them run behind schedule or what. So I'm sure it was fine. I'm just nervous about it. I'm supposed to hear something back by the end of next week. They're only considering like there's only one open position, and I don't know how many other people are interviewing for this, but it seems like I might be one of the very few internal people applying for it, and everybody else is external. So because she really emphasized like, oh, you're coming from within the company, you already know like the student population and you kind of know everything already, and kind of like why things are the way they are, like why some students may not have like more fleshed out things. So I don't know, I'm sure it was fine, but I'm just kind of waiting. Also, thanks, Jet. I love the plushies too. That one is from Pixie and Krita in the flesh. I think I might get the frowny face version of this and just make like a channel point of like, all right, do you want the smiley one or do you want the unhappy one? I don't know. I think that might be fun. But I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm just happy to participate, and I'm fucking excited to play this game. So let's get into it without making that too loud. Okay. I feel like there is no audio right now because it's just like chirping birds, so we'll see.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
It's not loud enough. Okay. "6 feet under, 3 towns over." That's the name of chapter 8. I wish we could see what the thing is. Hang on. Yeah, that volume's fine. Alright.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records. desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance.
Oh, right, Mr. Tolliver. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered.
Why? I don't know. I don't know why the audio seems weird, and I don't know why. Was her reading okay? Oh. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? Oh no, the voiceover volume is fine. I did turn the volume down, but it just looks weird. I don't know. Because I don't want it to be like so crazy loud in your ears either. But we want to hear what they say. I'm really thrown off by this mum portion. Oh, this is the text bubbles. So that doesn't have to be very loud at all. The main thing is her. Alright.
Explosives. Messages hidden in jam. Dossiers on various town figures. And a corkboard threaded with photos.
Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna reread this. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. It's still too low? Alright, we need to go into, like, properties or something, because this is... This is lame. Oh. Oh, I don't want to hide that in the mixer. This is silly. Okay, I don't know what is different. That's my mic. This is my mic. I didn't know. No, that's my mic. Why can't I? Because I don't want this to be like cranked. This is like louder than my voice.
Mum.
I don't know. Is that better? I'll just keep going. Mum. We're just gonna go with that, I guess. Oh my god. I don't know why it automatically goes up like that.
Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
Alright, if I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute
Something
and...
tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit? J. Hartford? From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alright, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. Yeah, that seems like a really good time to split up. Oh my goodness.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly
Oh my
still,
god.
tempering his breath and listened closely. She was asleep.
I don't know why they had to fuck me up with the music.
His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Check on Mr. Tolliver in the basement. I'm not going anywhere near her. Oh, shit, the door is still open? Oh my god. The audio is kicking my ass.
Was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Ivana. I appreciate you. Welcome in. I am struggling with audio. I'm not gonna lie. I know, right? I don't even know what is like wrong, because it's like not, it's like hardly registering in Streamlabs. I don't like I hadn't changed anything. I mean, now the audio is honestly, it's way louder than what it was last night by like half. Oops. Oh, hang on. Make sure I'm on the right thing. Is it just main volume that needs to be high as dicks? Music volume? Stay down. Better? Okay. Then let's do this. Because I also don't want this to be loud as balls in my ear. Head empty. Okay. Okay. This man is gone. So that's a really good sign. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Not the whole day. Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
The one with the ink and notes in them? I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed. Perfect. Okay, amazing.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Go to sleep. Any other snooping things that we can do in here? Okay. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool. Oh my god.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
You poisoned yourself with the jam?
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs, just a few more steps. Ugh.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ? Well, I guess that's one way to go to sleep. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Rest now and let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed.
Same.
He moaned into his pillow.
Never mind.
Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Honestly, I wish she had drugged Mr. Nuncreed. That man is crazy.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Well, Gran, could be dead at this point, apparently. The festival. Take 2. Alright. Crazy dead lady. Also correct. Oh. Gang's all here. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam? Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. This one, intended for Mr. Nuncreed, put me to sleep. Whoa. Sly devil. Look at him tiptoeing. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around, but we haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. Alright, this text volume needs to get lower. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Oh my god, everybody's here.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Ahem. Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was
William
I?
Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Aw, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am daggum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I stepped foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. The festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape. Together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Oh, thank God. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town, and so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim.
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Our harvest awaits. Great. Cool.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Even the book lady is high-key kinda crazy. Okay. What haven't we... Oh gosh. Oh, we could flee? Okay. Oh, we could probably get more information if we were chill.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this, just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This is all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
Great. You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there and let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Good cop, sly cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Of course Beck is the person for the job. What's going on here? You're that Bodwell girl. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
Beck is the best. You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both here
Beck twirled
to
her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You're sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There is one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf, and wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it? It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine, in the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it
Beck
seems.
marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried. Covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Ooh, it's an anagram. Nun Creed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
I know cats blink slowly when they love you, but I agree with Pixie. They can love you and still be disappointed. Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's nude rug store. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. We finally get to go into the drugstore. Oh. Hi. You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. That really sucks. Oh? You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Just caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about?
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and the Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town? He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us, and we accepted that help. We didn't agree to them to turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. Yikes. It's getting late, children. I wonder what Book Lady has to say. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Oh boy. Oh shit, it's this kid again?
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Alright, Solomon. Well, he's right. It's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Are we gonna have to go into the telephone booth? Because I don't want to do that. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That's not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's nude rug store. Oh no. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Oh, well, I wanted to go into the drugstore. All right, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. That sounds like it did something. Great, now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell.
Great.
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue number 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. Looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer, and a series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. You don't realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like an Uncreed and talks like an Uncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Rolo, what did you do? Nothing! I didn't even mow yet! What was that? Hide! Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Shit. Oh no. Oh god, that vacuum sound is just quite loud. We got frozen over again. We got locked into the basement. So we started those over, and now here we are again. With Mr. Nuncreed staring us in the face. Shit. 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 Awesome. Oh, thank God. You all need to come with me, now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told him it was an absurd password, but they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now. I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
Also, welcome in, Jordo. I appreciate ya. I hope you're having a good day. You sound just like him. Who? Your father. Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before...
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. Yeah, Disney. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist, both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. Oh, God. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people, but the thing I could never get him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, "Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone."
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
Oh no. I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this, but you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? He better stop looking at us like that. Beck is the best. Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say that this isn't the only underground layer we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze, and dear God, she's gonna freeze us all. Look at his little ears flopping in the wind. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So, we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carry her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Oh boy. Well, where's Mr. Nuncreed? That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. It doesn't look like it got on any of us. Didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Alright. Oh, we're in a weird backwards land. I don't know how I feel about this. It's very abandoned. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of the town. I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. God damn it. Rollo, stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective: kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
All right.
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rowanback held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Oh, no.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
All right, Gran.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
If Gran falls down this hole... Okay, never mind.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire.
Yeah.
On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from.
True.
Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Easy. Okay. So in this reality, we have met Beck. We're kind of friends. And we pushed Iggy into the weird goo. And now Iggy is like a deformed monster on one side. And the clipboards and Mr. Kerr are after him. So we hid in the treehouse, and we're gonna hope for the best. Does the bottom of the tree have something new? I don't think so. Hang on. My fan was too high. The bottom of the tree, I don't think has anything new. We can check in a second, but I think it's just the 3 things that they gave us at the beginning.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Nice shot. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr, we'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Oh, we can look now. Okay. Yeah, it's just the same 3 that we had at the beginning. Rollo is missing in this line. Yes, that's right, because he was taken by whoever, and we were trying to communicate via the radio, and he told us that they were going to the treehouse, not that the treehouse was a safe place. Good point. Thank you, Jordo. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels. Oh, right, the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice.
Great.
In fact, it was ice.
Amazing.
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. I want to see... Luca? Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo Kerr. Car? I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You know my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. We were speaking to Carr. I forgot how I've been saying his name the whole time. The main guy for the perennial harvest, with the slick back hair and the asshole attitude. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's a bit down. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh. Still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Interesting. What's all this? Hard to say with all this snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Oh. Alright, yeah. Snow's gotta go. Best thing we can do is hit it with more snow.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
That's rough. That's rough. This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around? Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Alright. Love that we're here again. Stuff look familiar to you? Looks like the barrel near the puddle I, shoved me into. Yeah. Still, you were being rude, okay? It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled, the town is destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort.
Should have gone inside.
If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. What? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Eggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
Hey, Nat. How's it going? How's your day been? How's work been? Hope that you're doing well. It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
Good, good. I'm glad that work is good. Definitely rest up. I'm sure training has been pretty intense. I get that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh, it must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah, let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. Oh, Jesus. What was happening for the other days of your life, Iggy?
The house smelled
for
of
this
warm
to be
bread.
just okay.
Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug.
Not another dream sequence. Oh, jeez Louise.
He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister.
Oh my god.
He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder.
Oh boy.
What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca? Is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
The fact that he lied. Who is that?
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me. Oh, they're so cute. Look at their little ears, and I know that we can see the art, but like now it's bigger and they're extra cute.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me.
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend, an observer, a hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great, how about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat. Nat! Nat, you're in here! Congratulations. I didn't know that you were this little mouse lady.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
I am Mouse. Hear me squeak. Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons, but this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. The original. You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity. Words are hard. Nat is using every big word in the book. A revulsion, even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. Where's the narrator? So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed?
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they could.
He looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood. I'm a boy, yeah. I guess he's a mouse.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
I'm glad that, the wind has died down.
He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth.
The fact that I did not notice that. I walked all my I walked my ass all the way up here and I didn't notice that the whole ash tree was gone.
He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply. Just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Oh God. Who is it? We gotta hide. $259 Kelvin. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who loved them will never know the truth. The truth is
He
overrated.
bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. Look at him grooving away. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
He gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! What was any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look, what they did, they lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at ya, acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah! Kerr and his little merry band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Look, everyone was crying at some point in some timeline. Whatever's at the source, he must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. I don't know why my controls are stuck on keyboard land. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Yeah, I don't know why I'm stuck in keyboard control land, but it's fine. Oh. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids, the good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's a long part of the story. You and Rollo were doing chores at Rollo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rollo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree, but when I came back for him later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found him and tossed him.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. You think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo, you're not a hero. You're a little brat who's in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. Alright. We're here.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes.
I don't want to blow this up. We're gonna freeze over again, and I don't know what we're gonna do next. I don't think I have any things left. Wait, where? Oh, God. Oh, flight is still a question mark. Oh, God, we're just gonna freeze over.
Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! 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 Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? How do we smash a hole? Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr. Where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us. You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all have our part to play in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional, such as myself, embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change! There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't?
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. Bup, that's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Ooh. Whoa. Look at his eyes. He's so scared and stressed.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy,
shit.
crashing through Luca.
Oh my god.
Iggy tried to twist away.
Oh my god.
But in the struggle, they both tumbled over the side.
Oh my god.
Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
Kick him in the face! You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How, what channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know, I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye,
I don't know who that
Mr.
is.
Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Parapity dum dum. Wow, can you believe this guy? Okay, we got another thing.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
A calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Luca had no choice. Oh, it's just the, yeah.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The 2 silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquamine is a peculiar substance. Liquamine. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks made the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
What?
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Apparently,
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket.
You did it. Game over. That's it. Roll credits. Close book. We wait for the sequel.
A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end. I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Alright, I tried to do the right thing. Oh good, we're just back at the hole again. This time with the whole crew.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
Oh, he's actually humming.
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out.
All right.
A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother.
How did you not notice that this whole time? I guess we should have seen it coming because Grandma was dead, apparently.
Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, Buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. But why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I know, what a plot twist. I tried beating them at their own game, and I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. Alright, I guess. Damn, he's just gonna sit there and be depressed. Because the woman he loved is, I guess... You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago.
Oh my god, we're going back to another
Eleanor Van
flashback.
Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen.
All right.
There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
Are we in the crowd? No. And that is what change is all about. Oh, okay. I thought we were in the flashback world still. Grabbing the future by the scruff of its neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. That feels right. The fact that I was like one of those kids who read all the time, so I never like said words out loud. I only read them, and like I know what they mean, but saying them, this is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have their whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true, and now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Solomon, what are you doing? That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. The tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. If this guy is just gonna be like a reincarnated version of Spencer Valentine, I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party, but alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Yeah, just younger. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Resurrection! You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
I had the wool pulled over my eyes for most of the thing, but I'm glad that we could actually say what was happening here. Ew!
A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
It was giving, She-Hulk in the last episode.
This is a story about change.
What? No. So you didn't see that coming. I did. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Ha, wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Ooh. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? Okay, I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus, an adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where's Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Gross. Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a Pat C this whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising against you? Yes, he does have a book in the library. Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ah, the young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now, time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Alright, where are we getting, Malice? Oh, we have to go back here again? I don't want to go back here again. Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him. Because last time I said shame, and he, shoved me into the thing.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course, I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Bye! Thanks for not shoving me into your silly little telephone booth. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be the thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
We saw them do something to it earlier. He looked down and muttered in a gruff voice. Mama always told me my problems would look smaller once I grew up, but my problems always seem to grow right along with me. Heavens, I sense big trouble ahead. Got anything new in here? Besides the watermelon I can slap? Griffin, what's up? Has Rollo been by? Haven't seen him all day. I'm sure he'll show up safe and sound. And when he does, tell him there's a strawberry chocolate double scoop waiting for him on the house. He'll like that. I would like some ice cream. That would slap right now. Alright. Oh. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I am unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa, you can get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junkin', sonny. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junkin'? I might as well ask the same thing to you. Find anything good? Ever since the perennial harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I better get going. I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Alright. And I can't talk to you. Alright, to the treehouse. Hey, Jetson, have you seen Rollo come by this way by any chance? Afraid not. As elusive as the fish here in this pond. Alright, let's see if we have anything else in our tackle box. We don't.
Luca stuck those things.
Bye. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag.
Okay, hang on. We're going back and forth a lot. So in this one, I guess I'm not sure. We either pushed him into the thing or didn't. And then it's a whole thing. The art is very, very good. So yeah, I guess he's just still missing in action in this right-hand side. Alright.
He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
Oh, not another
Once
dream
again,
sequence.
Luca found himself in a vast black expanse.
Please.
This time,
Spare me.
he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting.
Yeah, because it was either Becca white hair or Iggy was pushed into the thing. Right? Or was that like the diverging path? Yeah, I think it's, yeah, you're right. I think it's the white hair one. Oh, it looks like this branch is done. Okay. Yeah.
Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Lucas stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket. A keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together."
Oh, jeez.
Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward.
Not the doppelganger.
That's up to you. Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real? Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me. Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. And you? The doppelganger choked back tears. I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense? Through his tears,
Yikes.
Luca laughed. I think so. His father pulled him in for an embrace. Time to go, Buckaroo. Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Jesus Christ.
Chapter 5.
Yes, Owl, it is,
Dangers big and small.
a roller coaster. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I saw it. It's going well. This game is an emotional roller coaster. We've died a lot of times, but it's very Life is Strange, so we're springing back. How was your day been? I hope that the streams have been going well. Thanks for stopping by.
Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight.
Who's it gonna be?
Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Stop it right there, or I'll... Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Why is he so big? Is he normally that big? Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
You played the demo this a few months back? Yeah, it's very intense. Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me. If it really is you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rolo. Only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? I don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rolo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower, but beggars can't be choosers. Rolo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet, too? Oh, God. Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rolo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rolo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud? Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage. Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome! Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We might finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Yeah, licorice, like, it's just Twizzler cherry, but in this case, it's black licorice. It was a whole thing. The main big bad evil guy loves black licorice. So it's like even worse. Maybe you're right. This all seems dangerous. Danger. Ha.
Rolo
Look at him jog.
shadowboxed a few jabs.
Take them all on. Oh my god. Look at her. She's making the most of the white bit in her hair and dyed it blue. Oh my god. Hey fellows, what's up?
With a yelp, Rolo dove behind Luca.
Ah, take cover. Did I come at a bad time? The beanie? Are you kidding me? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out in here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rolo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere, so we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rolo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rolo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rolo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try and salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay, I just need to play it cool and hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck! He is! Having his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But, not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
Yes, Beanie Cat. This is the best look Beck has had all game. I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Okay, don't do that. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night. Bro, this game is so cute, but it's like, I don't know, 3/4 cute, 1/4 kind of scary. But welcome in. Be civil. I hope you're having a good day. How you doing? How you been? Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? The next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom and I was too angry to sleep, so I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Beck dyed her hair, made fun of the podunk town that they're in now, and is grounded. But we're still kind of in flashback mode where they're all in the treehouse telling the story. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. Yes, we've got to catch up on work for sure. Because I feel like a lot has happened. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her. Long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the endgame, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott. Dr. Prescott? I don't remember who Dr. Prescott is. I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Oh god, the body. Jeez Louise. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay, just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You are only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. So, just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like, actually killing someone? like capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Now, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at Perennial Harvest. I'm gonna call people the top banana from here on out. That's amazing. He sounded scared of this founder guy, so we have an even topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't you just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were gonna hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome mat for my mom's PH orientation day, but it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline, we have an objective, we have the blueprints. You realize what this is, right? A heist!
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting! This is officially a heist! Let's fucking go.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology. Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout.
Yeah.
By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work.
Oh boy.
The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for.
Who are you gonna enlist?
Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in 1 day, and they each had their assignments.
Alright, let's fucking do this. Alright, quick recap. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me, Cordial is my middle name. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your new...
vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
Circumstance? She'll be so happy I'm alive, she won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay, that leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. Enlist the help of Jeff, Iggy, and Tish. Okay. Oh gosh, every day there's something new. Can I still talk to you? No. Alright. Oh, book lady. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. I admire the conviction, but can he really pull through? Alright, lady. I need you to stop just, like, reading this whole thing about me. Is this play about us? I don't know where they normally hang out. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, well, hey, Jeff. What can I do you for? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry. I mean, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were alright. Great, so your
The
help?
joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Junk! Yeah, what of it? Sonny, you got more junk than the king has copper. Ain't interested.
Luca wasn't ready to give up so easily. He shouted out again.
Alright. Shit. Yeah, it's all shit. I still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit? Hi.
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say? Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say I hid from nothing. Get your hair done, dude. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it no matter what. You lurking, you chatting, I don't care. You're hanging out, and that's fine by me. all of the animals in this game are so cute. The art style is adorable, and like the backgrounds and the art is beautiful. Everything is great. There's just a lot of layers.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gobs should cover it. Put it on my tab.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
It's cute and scary. Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Alright, where is Tish and Iggy? This guy, like, Tish is literally a rhino. Like, it couldn't be that hard to vote. Hey, Tish, look who it is. Luke, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, the fact that this guy in this timeline, he should be happy that we tickled him, okay? We killed him in the last timeline. Like, brutally, like, disfigured him and then killed him. So, like, tickling? I'm just saying. Hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kinda strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Yes. Yes, yes. That is exactly right, Owl. This is that game. Except this is the most we're ever using the keywords, like, in conversation. Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our hostilities, at least for now? We do like breaking things, even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. And after all this is done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Amazing. It's been such a good game so far. Did you hear that,
Iggy
Tish?
gazed up at Tish with a smile.
Oh, God. He invited us to hang out at the treehouse.
A single tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. Oh my gosh, Tish? Tish said a sentence, guys. How wonderful.
Chapter 7.
Oh, they're probably gonna destroy it.
Into the hive. A good heist
Got
requires
excited.
preparation. And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We are locked and loaded on my end." And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention.
All right.
Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach perennial harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
I guess that makes sense.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. Wait. Welcome in. I was at a movie. Oh my god. Well, homie. We have gone through a lot. The TLDR. The hostile interrogation. We got locked in the basement. And then we did the thing again, and then Beck got us through. He made Mr. Tolliver think that we were on his side, and he gave us, like, every piece of information possible. Then we froze the whole world, because we let Gran, who is, plot twist, our mom, she killed us all, and then we stopped her from killing us all, and now we're back in the timeline where actually, after that, we went back to the timeline where we pushed Iggy into the goo and, like, made him all disformed and shit. And then, we fled instead of fighting all of the clipboards. And then we, killed Iggy, as well as Mr. Kerr. So we killed both of them. And then we saved both of them, and it was still about time. And now, we're back at the Tickle timeline. Beck's hair's dyed. She looks super fucking cool. And now we're heisting the Perennial Harvest HQ. I know. I feel like the TLDR, I sound like a crazy person. I literally so crazy. But timelines. It's been so fun. Like, I normally only stream, I said this yesterday, I normally only stream for like 2.5, 3 hours. But last night I streamed for like a solid 4.5, I don't know. Because I was just sucked into this. It's been amazing. But yeah, the main plot twist, Gran is our mother. And it was very emotional. I suppose we could leave this one off the records. Let us in. Let me in. Our harvest awaits and such.
With his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
And this is the timeline where Rollo was missing, but they made him, oh my god. Yeah, the founder's alive. He had like a weird potion, so he was Solomon, that little kid with the vest who was adopted by the Valentines. And then they made Rollo drink the same stuff, but now he's older for some reason. So he's like, they're like 12. Now he's in like his like 16s or something, if I had to guess. So now we're heisting. It's just, we're in it. You can do it. Does that say come? I'm so sorry. That magazine is so tiny. I think it says come. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about, yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing. I'll just check.
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits! Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits! Ready to light this candle, Tish? Yup. Suck on this, perennial ham fist. What was that?
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay. Whew. That was close. Look at Beck. Everyone look at Beck. Look at how cute she is. She's in a beanie mode now. She just dyed that, like, little white bit. Our harvest awaits? Hey, I figure, when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one, but you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do? Yep, deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck, in case you need some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. Locate the founder's office. Alright. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. Weird. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is gonna be a little maze puzzle situation. Oh? Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Dang, okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet, but they'll catch us again. I gotta do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not, I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this
Luca
way.
happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. Pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Ah, locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Just wait a minute. Let's go. Mom is in on the plan. She's gonna save her wife. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friends, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets.
If that works.
The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
might you just guess that? Oh, it's an absurd password Rolo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder uses such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rolo, I think this should do it. Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out. 24601. Is there some significance to that I'm unaware of? I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen.
I haven't seen that yet. Bunch of musical theater nerds. I'm also a musical theater nerd, but I just haven't gotten that far.
In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster. One sec, I can't think with all this
He
noise.
quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is. 13806. What's up, Wolfang? It feels weird calling people I know by their online names. So let me know what your preference is. Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Hello. Welcome in. The thing says welcome in. I guess I don't have to say it. Anyways, don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Ah, balls. I just work here. Same. No water cups. Rolo! Apparently we need an I just work here emote. Rolo, are you okay? Rolo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
Boo. You can turn off the alarms. They're trapped.
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rolo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Nope. Fuck yeah! Kick him in the nuts. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there. After them. Get destroyed. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rolo, how long do you think Roxy could distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom! Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the young chemist's lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I don't know why my thing just popped up. I had more of a growth spew. No, that is not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Thanks for the gifted sub. You guys are a bunch of fucking nerds. Look at you. You're on the leaderboard. Thanks again. The coolest. Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth. Is he still gonna have baby teeth? Oh. Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars, consistent with Tempest liquamine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest Liquimine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was a secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest Liquimine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time, but it led to complications. The foul harvest. Perennial harvest came in to clean up the mess, and to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Liquimine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role is to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, who is dead. Harnessing Tempest Liquimine is to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't.
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them, and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Yeah, those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. Bro, everyone is so well dressed, and she's gay. She's married to the other lady who had the shovel and hit the shit out of the side of the building. They're gay, and they are so well dressed. I love their aesthetic so much. Velma in animal form. That's true. I did not think about that. She's cute as hell. Good for her. I had considered that a possibility, and I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. Like now. Wait, the vial. I finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we've got Dr. Modeswell heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Wow, what a heist. Alright, everything's on track. And what is your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Oh gosh. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
Just you wait. What? Oh, nothing.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. No, I can't fit on the desk that way. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly. You're no bother at all. Oh, Solomon. We fished up that whiskey, apparently. Looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with the party? Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. Crazy. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. Oh yeah, this guy, he has killed so many people. He is the founder. I know he's a kid. He drank one of those vials to become a kid. So, like, but they don't know that yet, technically. Only we know that, because we have altered this story a lot. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Gang's all here. Don't lock it. Alright. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rolo. Before we start tossing blame around, Is it possible someone ordered a pizza? Oh my god, a pizza would slap right now. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. This asshole's just gonna open it. Everyone else, huddle up. Oops. Yeah, I'd let him kill me, but you haven't seen Mr. Tolliver yet. That's true. That's true. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no. Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modwell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child, the powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor. Not my progenitor. What's his name from Phineas and Ferb? Dr. Doofenshmirtz. That's the vibes that I just got from whatever the fuck that word is. Who created this town? Perennial Harvest, Valentine Fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered
Big
into
yikes.
his soul.
Big yikes. Ha, yes, now you've got it. Tempest Liquimine, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Amazing. Oh, it was slower. Exactly, right? Like that makes sense. Very good, Dr. Modwell, very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work, which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder
Before
of
he
the...
could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Nice! Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thingy about
Rollo
it.
casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a
Luca
taste.
tickled the vial mockingly.
Seize him! Luca! Over here! Move another inch and I smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. That there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. If she fucking drinks this and, like, becomes an adult, we both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. You can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded.
What?
Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
She better have switched it out then, at least, if she had it behind her back. Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think, all of this is thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is all of this because of me? I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me his true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three keep post outside the door. I hope Beck still has the vial in her hand. Well, crap. Beck? Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heal. What? Does that... Time wounds all heals? Is that what she said? I clicked too fast. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Okay, I felt crazy for a second. I was like 100% confused. I clicked too fast and was like, that doesn't sound right. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo, you just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents? Luca, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
They don't know about Gran in this timeline. Oh, Jesus Christ. She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover, and he is no longer trusted with Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself, and I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work, and it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
Oh my god. But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Are you fucking kidding me? Krita, did you just predict this?
Chapter 8. Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives.
All right, Hamilton. Are these people musical theater nerds?
How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right?
The freeze explosion, not an actual explosion.
And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone.
She threw away her shot.
Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Surrounded by theater kids, the true horror. You right. Nice. Oh, does he have darts on the picture of him and his kids, but it's only on Augustus? That's really sad. Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Miss Lucas Gran. That's awful nice of you, but I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
Please. Please, Beck. Please have switched the vials around. Something. Anything. You hinted at him getting what he deserves. I literally beg of you. We've got to stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No! Well, I guess that's it. We lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
Yes! I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yep, dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Oh my god! Now that's what I call 80 poof whiskey. Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned
I just got an
silence
achievement
at the
that
now
says,
empty
Pop
stage.
goes the weasel. Watch Sharper Valentine turn into confetti.
The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected.
That's not a bad fucking ending. I cannot be mad at that.
Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Alright. With a little change?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Little, like, pocket change? Your unlucky penny. Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gonna do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face.
Alright. Holy crap, he's a baby? Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. Look at him! Look at him all swaddled up. He's so precious. I know he's an evil villain bad guy, but he's so cute in his little swaddle. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father has called you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we... We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father. Young Sharper? That would be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave, now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
All right. Let's see what we got going on. Gran/mom. No, you've got your jam. I have to go on the other side of the fucking table. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing, but now I enjoy it. All right, I'll go say hi to Rollo first. I guess I can't reach that. That's why we weren't able to close it all this time. Because I'm little. Oh. We should look at... Oh, don't sneeze. Oh, they got rid of it. His dad's tombstone was here. I wonder if they just took everything back to the other town. I'm so sorry. You sneezed. I tried to avoid the dandelions. Oh, hey, Roxy. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity, 1 Rollo, 1 Luca rule, so we decided to expand. But at least we've got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Aloma's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Look at everybody redoing stuff. Planting trees. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Alona and Nellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
The perennial harvest collapsed. Most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help me paint the new offices. You can count on us. Well, it looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, this is something I can be proud of. Alright, and you're still fucking sleeping. How's the napping this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greener every day. Nice. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean that change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is, go slow and fix things. Amen to that. Alright. Let's go to the treehouse. Oh, are there any things? We learned a lot of stuff. Damn, there's still like one more spot.
Luca gently first.
I don't know what that would be for. We're gonna have so many friends at the treehouse. Look at them all. A little higher. Yep. A little lower. Yep. A little higher. Yep. I'm telling ya, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Hi. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. We're going to Beck's house. Let's fucking go. Whoops. The gang's all here. Oh my god, I never got any better at walking. Young Mr. Van Horn, how's little Solomon Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I, so we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, you know, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modewell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really all I can do is try and hope. 2 activities I'm endeavoring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job, and the whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. Alright, what do you have to say, you bookworm? He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Look at her go. Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Do we have friends in here? Hello, our favorite employee. Luca, do you want a biscotti? On the house. I don't really have time. Teriel, you gotta come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Aw, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud or something. As if. No. It's too late. You're now officially a person that cares. Look at that character development. I feel like we never really got to interact with this guy a lot. What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I heard there wasn't a dry eye in the house. I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. Why does that sound familiar? I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to the reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that, but a story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of writes itself if you think about it. I don't know why I said it all in one breath. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. You're gonna have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. We both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition. Alright, let's check on the diner and then go to the place.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me? Would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me. I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends. I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation? For the first time in years. And I've got you and your mom to thank. Why's that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone. Just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. Oh, let's go, speak, with Dr. Tolliver. Tolliver? He's gotta be here. Yeah! Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple?
He playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam? Already? It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the bag. Terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages, now everyone wants to get on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say it builds calluses. Builds character. Yeah, it builds something, alright. Yeah, no worries, dude. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate ya. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Back for seconds. If it's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone, but it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Alright. Goodbye, Mr. Tolliver and company. Look at all these fucking rabbits. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed, I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited, and I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. What are you doing?
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come one, come all. No one is too big, no one is too small for Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next? Alright. Bug guy. Beck, I'm sorry it took us 6 years to get here. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You are officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. Bit of a surprise. Is that a little teeny sprout of his favorite tree? My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of Old Beacon Pines. It'll thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. When you're ready, take Jeff's wild ride to Old Beacon Pines. Oh, and they're all gonna hang with? I guess I can't do things, so we might as well go. Guess there's not much around here. What a fucked up time. Hello. You got it. Now that's a good looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, this ride's on the house. You're gonna wanna hang on tight to that little tree. The bug guy. Oh my god.
I think this is it.
She scared me. The narrator just started crying.
The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending, I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. Good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some alone time now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We are a trio now. Yep. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're a part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh, God. It won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. Found the perfect way to start our summer. Thanks for the hydrate, Juan. Appreciate you. That goes for you guys, too. I know it's a redeem for me. But drink some water. I feel like I was sitting up pretty straight. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're gonna forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more, because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modwell says that over the next few years, this place should warm up, so you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. And if you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. But that didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. The achievement you closed the book popped. What a fucking game. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself now. Oh gosh. Damn, Matt Meyer went fucking ham. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, dude. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Why are you like this? Stop that. You're too kind. Jeez Louise. The fact that I forgot I moved my thing so all of my notifications are on the opposite side of the screen. But thanks. Created our god, Beck. Absolutely. All hail Beck. I should scoot it back over where it's supposed to be. While we can see it. Alright. Oh, this was a like a crowd-funded thing? Oh my god. So many people supported this. We're still in the A's. Okay, we're in the B's. My dad and I, well, not all the time, but a lot of the times when we go to the movies together, we try and hunt for someone with the last name Khan in the credits. Of course, this is these are backers, but like it could still be fun. What if there's a con in here? Oh my god. Wolfang, you're literally crazy. Thank you again for the 5 gifted subs. Jeez Louise. Honestly, it's going too fast for me to even think about con. Like, I can't skim through 5 rows of text. Like, I know I can read fast, but like my eyeballs don't work this fast. Ugh. I need an emote. Oh my gosh. I kind of feel bad. I like don't want to like bother the person working on my emotes. She said they're almost done. And I know I said that I'm not in a rush, but now I'm just anxious. I just want them because I kind of know what they look like. I just want them. Oh, there's a Kuhn. It's Kuhn. Close. Who does that cat with sunglasses belong to? Or is this just a Twitch emote that just exists? It's just a Twitch emote that exists. Sparkplug6669, nice job backing everything. Amazing. Hiding Spot Games, you did amazing. I love your logo. What a little guy. What are we doing back here again? Yeah, Wappa is right. I can't do anything. Right? Oh, there we go. Oh, we could go back and see. The only thing we missed was junk. Should we see what happened? Love that we flipped to the back of the fucking book for this. I just want to see what happened.
His wonder potion with a little junk.
I just want to know. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. How did ashes get into the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, if it's a bad habit anyways. Pa always says bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper Valentine. Yep. He got Thanos snapped. Wow. That's one way to kick a bad habit. Jeez Louise.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good.
I agree. I feel like that's a better ending. The confetti was too comical, and him being a baby is just dumb.
His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying.
Right?
If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
That's true ending to me. That was very gratifying. She was right. Like, I don't know how it could have gotten any better than that. Like, the baby thing was, like, kind of weird. And, of course, the confetti was just funny, but... yeah. That... I mean, that's a pretty good ending to me. Confetti Thanos snap baby and kill Iggy. I guess there was 5 in addition to that. It was let Gran / your mom drop the thing into the thing and like kill everybody, because that was the option on the other end of the branch. That did kill us all, but like, yeah, I mean, not all of them are good endings. Killing Iggy was not a great ending either. They're just all endings. So bad, good. I don't know. But yeah, damn, what a game. I really enjoyed that. So many twists and turns and things going on. I was a fan. Definitely worth it. I gotta make sure my thing is updated. Yeah, Beacon Pines. What's up, Beat? Yeah, Beacon Pines was such a fun game. Like, A+, would definitely recommend. Lots of twists and turns and a lot of great storytelling was happening there. So, I definitely would recommend. For sure. I'm making better choices. Yeah, I mean, it's a time. It's decision-making time. I mean, I guess that, Frog Detective and this in a row. Look, I guess we haven't had the most amazing luck of games, like, back to back, but, fucking... What was it called? What was the game called? The one with the people and the choices and the things. Life is Strange. Life is Strange was fun. And we've kind of been on like a decision-making kick. So like I can't be mad about that. I know what game we played now. I was thinking about Life is Strange. Life is Strange was very fun. I had never played it before. I had completely avoided spoilers from like 2013 until now or whatever. So I was just like learning something new every single time. Dude, exist, do what you gotta do. Enjoy the vibes. We're just chilling. Misfortune. Yeah. Oh, in my about section underneath all of the things, if you're on like mobile or your laptop and not watching me on like a TV or something, it has a list of every game that I have played. But with the cool turtle, that was Gris. I did update that. It is up to date. It's got Beacon Pines and everything. I was a good egg with that. Whoops. I realize it feels like I've played a lot of games, but in the grand scheme of things, I have not. I have not played that many games, but 2023 did just start, so I guess I can't be too mad at myself. Yes, it was not updated yesterday, but I did do that today. I did all of that today. Damn. Frog Detective slapped. Let me take that off of my downloads too. And then Beacon Pines. Goodbye. There was another Game Pass game that you wanted me to look at. I have Bug Snacks on the list at Pixie. But what... Here, let me go back into full screen mode. We have a lot of fucking options here. I kind of want to see what Coral Island is about. I'm really excited for that, like, full game to come out. Because besides, like, Dreamlight Valley, I don't really want to do another, like, early access thing other than for Hades 2. What is Death's Door? Your assigned soul is stolen. That seems neat. It's kind of crazy looking. Okay. What am I on? I'm on the Xbox Game Pass, or the PC Game Pass. It's got a million fucking things on this list. Hang on a second. I'm gonna leave this up so you can, like, I guess, look at it. I need to pee really quickly, so I'm gonna be right back. Game Pass slaps. It's how I played High on Life. And it's how I want to play a couple other games. I have a lot of games on my Steam, like, just profile in general. So I'm trying to go through all of this. The main reason I have Game Pass in the first place is just because Nat gave me a, like, coupon thing, so I got it for kind of cheap. I think at this point it's kind of gone back to its normal price, but for, like, High on Life and stuff, everything was super cheap. Little Nightmares is good. I did watch a playthrough of it. Another streamer friend of mine played it, so I watched her play through pretty much all of it. I would be down to play the second one because I think that exists. So yeah, I'm not huge on scary things. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is just not my cup of tea sometimes. I'm really not a fan. I don't want to be on my own page. This is where I want to be. Okay. Bug snacks vote. Okay, everybody put into the chat, besides bug snacks, because I already know that that's going to be a thing, put some of your suggestions in the chat, please and thank you. Oh my god. Bug snacks. Oh my god. Not every vote can be for bug snacks, guys. Get it together. Oh, Slime Rancher 2's on here? I never finished the first one. I never finished the first game. Okay. We'll scroll. Oh, you can't scroll with your arrow keys? That's kind of lame. We're continuing to scroll. We're just scrolling. Isn't there another goat simulator game? Like a third one or something? I really want to play It Takes Two. I think that would be so fun. Loot River? Do they have the Turnip Boy tax evasion game? No, but you know who has the Turnip Boy tax evasion game? This gal. Donut County is a good one to play after something intense. I will play that with you if you want. That would be neat. Peggle, underrated game. All right, Solitaire is just here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why it's installed. I don't remember doing that, but like, Solitaire is fun. Oh, I want to play Road 76 as well. That one is also another decision-making game. Damn, we're only in the T's. I'm trying to not scroll like super fast. Oh, Unravel is also something I want to play. Oh, and we made it to the end. I don't know why all these Yakuza games are just on here. They've got every single one of them. Every last one of them. Unpacking is cute. I did play that. It was not stream related though. I'm not gonna play We Happy Few. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. But yeah, it seems like Zoo Tycoon I also have. Hang on. Sort by alphabetical order, please. Yoink. Apparently I don't. I thought I did. What are those games called? What are the theme park? The ones that you like, Pixie? I don't remember. My brain has ceased to exist. I mean, it is roller coaster. Planet Coaster. That's the one. Planet Coaster. And then I also have, like, Planet Coaster Zoo or some shit. Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. So, Coffee Talk, Donut Country, Bug Snacks. I think that was kind of the thing. There was a lot of commotion for Bug Snacks, though. So, I think we might have to... Bug Sn... Oh, I took it off the list. No, I wanted to be on the list. Okay. It's fine. Maybe, I guess Bug Snacks is going to be the next one. I'm glad that we could come to a conclusion on that. Geez Louise. What an adventure. Oh my gosh, a special pass holder beverage. Enjoy a limited time drink for just pass holders during the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. I'm not going to play the first 5 minutes right now. I'm a sleepy girl. GORL. And I'm a tired gal. So, what I think we're going to do is we're going to rate out. Oh, that's not a prediction. That's not the rate button. There we go. Today is Thursday, so I will be back on Tuesday, ? I don't know if we have plans. I'll put it on the schedule. It'll be all on the things. Otherwise, I will definitely be back on Wednesday, typical time. I appreciate everybody hanging out. You guys are insane. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs again, Wolf, and then the secondary other random sub. Thanks for the follows and all of you guys using your soft pretzels, egg rolls. I don't know. I don't know how people name their communities. Like, I just don't know. Like, I'm kind of going with something plant related, but I also don't want it to be lame. Egg rolls, egg gang, egg crew. I don't know. It's just the head empty. That's all I got. But I put my socials in the chat. If you don't already follow me on the things, I post on TikTok and Twitter the most, though. So, like, Instagram is just Instagram. I don't know. Send me memes. And, oh, God. It's because I typed in the thing. I lost my thing. Okay. We're going to raid Elephant. Ellie. She's great. She's playing Breath of the Wild. We love Breath of the Wild. She's working on collecting all of the Koroks. So, and she's almost done. So maybe she'll get it done tonight. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you again. Be good.